Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to I'll Go Do tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf.
Alright, explain that one, Wolf.
Okay, so for our more longtime fans or fans who have maybe somehow for some reason recently binged through the show, a long time ago, I don't remember what episode it was, but I made a joke about like on episode 69 we would do an entire episode in ASMR, and well, but like naturally we couldn't do that. Like that's for one thing, it'd be hard to do that for an hour straight without like busting a gut, and and two, like also like, it would kind of like make I guess our time with our guest hard, and plus I'm pretty sure. While it's funny for a bit, it wouldn't be too funny for too long.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, there you have it.
I just wanted to put there to let our most attentive viewers who did remember that I did not forget. I remembered that joke I made long ago.
And he
somehow
convinced me to at least do the intro statement with the ASMR close to the mic style. Anyways, guys, welcome to the show. It is episode 69. Nice.
Nice.
October 5th, 2020. I don't say the date in the intro every time, but I should probably try to do it as much as I can. We are in October 2020. It's crazy, guys. We have been doing this podcast for about a year and a half, and when we hit episode 100, it will be about 2 years that we've been doing this show. So it's nice that we're gonna be hitting episode.
It might actually
70,
be over 2 years because of
next week. Well, yeah, over 2 years existing, but like if you did a podcast per week, which is what we try to do, it would be pretty much 2 years because we miss a few weeks and stuff. So.
And also, we'd bi-weekly for the first few episodes, actually.
Yeah, we did that because I was just busy, and it was like, it would take me a long time to edit and stuff, but you know what? Whatever. All right, we're back here with the show, episode 69. Nice! I'm just going to keep doing that every time we say it. And yeah, so in my life, what's happened? So in my life, last week, on Saturday, which is only a couple days ago, I went out to the golf course. I went out to the golf course. Great weather. I surprised it was such great weather, but it was still nice and warm for October day. And I shot 18 holes with a couple of friends, and it was fun. It was great. It was awesome to get out of my house and do something for like 6 hours. We had to walk the whole time. We didn't have a golf cart. Sorry, I said golf club. We did have golf clubs. We had no cart, so we had to walk the whole time. But it was still fun anyway. I did win the game by 2 points over my friend, and then by many points over my other friend. But it was just a lot of fun. I'm a decent golfer. I think I had a better overall game. I think this time I usually average about 7 shots per hole. Sometimes I'll get like a 10, and sometimes I'll get like a 4. I got 1 4 and a bunch of 6s, so not bad for someone who doesn't even play golf. But yeah, it was great. And yeah, that's the extent of my past week. College has been pretty much taking up all my other time. And you know, I of course watched the JMR video in the past week. Saw how bad red number 3 did. But we'll save that for later in the show.
Surprisingly, I also have a golf story. So on Friday, one of my brothers and his girlfriend came into town, and so along with one of my cousins, we went to Topgolf.
And, I love Topgolf. Yeah.
The interesting thing about this is like so my brother is actually decent at golf.
Nice.
This golfing ranges, and like my cousin is really good at a lot of practice, but and my brother's girlfriend, like I could tell from watching her, she's like has like no experience at all, and I'm pretty bad at golfing. However, what happened was My brother, at the end of the game, got 7 points. His girlfriend got 51. My cousin got 72. And then somehow, by some twist of fate, I got 144. Like, I
In what
doubled.
game?
And just the regular Topgolf basic game.
Were you shooting it far or what?
I got a blue and then 2 whites in a row. So that
Two whites in a row? Damn, that is waff. That is crazy waff right there.
Like I just suddenly figured, like, this is how I'm supposed to golf. I finally figured it out.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. I hitting the white feels good. When you can hit the white, it's nice. I mean, for me, anyway, for golf, I can hit it pretty far. I can put power into it, but I slice like every time, and it's the worst. But
the black I still haven't hit the black target. It's like it's like all the way in the back.
You mean like the kind of this flat kind of like
just
back
like
of
it's like a rectangle of black target. It's like an extra 55 yards or something away from the white target. So like I've never seen it. I don't think any of us have ever made it close to it. But like
I've hit it twice.
It's crazy.
I hit it twice. I went
Really?
to Topgolf last year. I hit it twice with my friend. I was just on that day. Those were balls I didn't even slice that much. It was nice. When I went that day, I hit the white a bunch of times. I was hitting around the white a lot. What deck were you on? Were you on lowest deck or like top two?
The lowest deck.
Oh, so you were hitting from the lowest that far. That's good. I was on second deck when I hit back. So I guess that's kind of cheating. I mean, it's not that doesn't actually change the distance that much. So
yeah, it doesn't. It's meant to be further back, so like it makes up for the difference.
Yeah, it does just about. It's a little bit easier, I'd say, but not that much easier at all. So
you can see the targets better too.
Yeah. But no, dude. Hey, golfing's a lot of fun in both ways, and that's kind of like the sport right now. Since some states have allowed more contact sports, and of course, like NFL football is a thing. But like a lot of the more contact sports are not allowed in all places because of the virus. So golf has been the thing, and it's been a lot of. Oh man, I just like choked on myself while I was saying that. It's been a lot of fun. So anyways,
you choked on
guys,
yourself.
Just like kind of like a hiccup or something when I was saying that. So. That's enough intro, guys. All right, we have not mentioned many marble related things, so we're gonna have to go do that. Today usually would be a half host episode, but we're having a guest on who has tried to be on for a long time and can only make it like tonight. And if it's not tonight, it may be never. So we're gonna accommodate
they've been waiting for
him.
13 months. They were the 4th ever guest request that we ever got for. Yeah, the 4th ever. Yeah. They're in a very different time zone, and so so this is like the perfect opportunity. And plus, we didn't have a guest last week, so this kind of makes up for that.
Yeah, it makes up for that. And we'll plow ahead into the news, see what Johnny Marble has to say, and we'll see you on the other side, talking marbles, talking fantasy teams, talking some NASMARB even, and maybe I'll throw in some. I'll probably. If we run short, I'll throw in some comments about the Racing Marble League channel, which you should all go check out. Great quality. And to my opinion, it rivals Marbula One's quality. Not the editing, because of course JMR has amazing editing and graphics right now. But as far as the quality of the videos, yeah, it's just almost just as good. So go check out Racing Marble League if you haven't already on YouTube. I do the commentary. But that's not why I'm saying it's good. It's very well done. It's very high production value. And we will see you on the other side with some Marble Sports.
Hello, Marble Sports fans! I am Johnny Marble, and as always, I'm coming to you for MSW. Let's jump right into the news. Race 4 of Marble Rally 2020 was an even more challenging race than the last, with even wetter sand causing more drag. It was a struggle to finish, but in the end, Cobra achieved their first career win in the Marble Rally, followed by Slimer in second and Ghost Plasma taking third home. Unfortunately though, for Crazy Cat's Eyes, they bumped into Nemo and got stuck right at the finish line. missing an opportunity to even grab a few points. Moving over to NASMARB now, we return to the hyperspeedway for the Wolf 500. Only this time, it was much wilder. Seemingly invigorated by their past experiences with this track, the racers drove even more aggressively than before, resulting in several cars either falling or being pushed off of the track. Spitzer was unfortunately unable to make it past the second heat, but they did still manage to take place in the top half. On a more positive note though, Quillo managed to make it to the final heat of the race, along with Streamer and Woodpecker. Woodpecker was out to an early lead, and though the other two racers tried their best, they couldn't stop Woodpecker from taking first place, leaving Streamer to claim second and Quillo to take third. One more thing to mention though is that Streamer's new car for this race was representing childhood cancer awareness, and you can bid on it if you so choose. The link is in the description of NASMARB Race 5, and all of the proceeds will go to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. The bidding ends October 10th at 7:47 p.m. So, it's not a lot of time left. If you want to own a piece of NASMARB history and support a good cause, you know where to go. And finally, we have race number 4 of the Racing Marbles League, the Beaverton Corners course, and it was very interesting indeed. At one point in the race, Marbulus Ornatus suddenly disappeared without a trace, like a magician or something. Upon reviewing the footage, Marbulus got stuck somewhere in the launch tower after going through the marble booster, and only managed to get unstuck 4 laps later. Not quite how I expected the first lap marble to happen, but that's marble racing for you. The race continued without any more strange occurrences, and in the end, Crimson Lady took first, with T-Bot getting second, and Panda getting a close third. So hey, a lot of stuff has happened in the marble sports world, and I've just filled you in. I've been Johnny Marble, you have been the best fans in the world! Let's kick it back and continue on with the podcast.
Welcome back from what the frick was that? From the news, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Johnny Marble, for another exciting version of Marble Sports News with Johnny Marble.
A version.
It's just another example of Johnny Marble bringing that excitement, and that's what we love to hear.
Indeed.
We're here today, episode 69. Nice. In the bulk of the episode now, and we have a guest on. This guest has been listening for a long time and has yet to guest on. So, knowing that he is a first-time guest, his name is Bakshuma, by the way, that's how he will go by during this episode, we have to ask him the age-old first-time guest question. We're going to say it all together on 3. I'm going to count down from 3, Waf,
should we
can do
should
this.
him introduce himself, I guess, first?
You know what? That's going to be part of his... Well, how do you get into marble sports is all the introduction we need.
All right.
I figured he would fill that in, Waf, as he would go. He's not going to be like... He's gonna be like, yeah, my name's Buck Schuma. I grew up in.
This isn't how we normally do it.
Australia, Antarctica. You know, I got into marble sports, blah blah. So we'll do the. I just figured the whole introduction kind of comes with the question. So let's ask it on 3. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. How did you get into marble sports? You really suck at that.
There's a delay, okay?
Okay, fine. Anyway, Bakshuma, tell us, how did you get into marble sports, and tell us about yourself as well, like introductions.
Okay, I'm Bakshuma. The way I got into marble sports is almost the same as everyone else. It came up on my YouTube recommended. It actually came up when I just downloaded YouTube on my Xbox, so then it came up with heaps of new videos I hadn't watched, and luckily enough, the Marble Olympics 2017 final event was one of them that came up. I was very intrigued, so of course I pressed on it, and yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And so the first videos that you saw, were they Sand Marble Rally or Marble League?
Well, the first videos I saw were Marble League, so I picked out my team, the Oceanics. Funnily enough, the last video was Event 12 of the 2017 Marble League. That was the first video I watched, and my brother decided to pick the Rangers, and then they went on to win the whole Marble League in that event, so yeah.
Nice. And what are you a fan of, Marble League-wise?
So I'm a fan of the Oceanics, in the Marble League, and then Sam Marble Rally, I'm a Ghost Plasma fan.
All right. Oh, I like Ghost Plasma. Ghost Plasma's been up and down, right? We got what is he like? He got first and then 19th, 20th, and then second or something like that. So he's been up and down. So you want to tell us? I always love to know. You got JMR wise. You got Marble Rally. You got Marble League. You got Marbula 1. Which one? Actually, best way to ask this: rate them best to worst. I know they're all amazing, but if you had to see one go, what would that be? And if you had to see one stay, no matter what stayed or went, what would that be?
If I had to see one go, it would probably be the Sand Marble Rally because, it's just I don't find it as interesting because the events there's no real diversity compared to a Marbula 1 would probably come in second because there's a bit of diversity in the tracks and stuff like that, and of course you get the Marble League teams, and then Marble League has to come first because like heaps of different events and all of that stuff that comes with it, and the teams and the fan bases.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Part of me is also kind of, I like Sand Marble Rally for its uniqueness, and so part of me is like Marbula 1 maybe to go first, but Sand Marble Rally is also shorter videos, so it's like I want all that marble action, you know what I'm saying? So I see you. And you know, it gets kind of repetitive because Marbula 1 can switch up the track, but it's harder to do in the sand to switch up the track. So I agree with your answer. Man, something just came into my mind that I wanted to say, and I completely lost it. But yeah, wow. Now I'm just drawing a blank. So anyway, Waf, what do you think? What do you think? Are you? I don't think we've ever asked you this. Which one would you see go from the three?
Of the three, M1's Rally or League. That's a tough one, actually. I'm not really. Which one?
I mean, I'm hoping it's not Marble League. I'm assuming
obviously.
Yeah.
But like on the one hand, M1 has more track variety, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
shorter, and it can become a bit repetitive. But so can Marble Rally. It's hard to say, man. I think I might pick. I'm more of a fan of the Marble League team, so I guess that's one advantage that M1 has. So I guess if I had to pick, I guess it would be Marble Rally.
Interesting. Yeah. I could see people saying Marbula 1 for that too. It's kind of like back and forth. But anyway, I do want to ask Bakshima one more non-marble question. You have a amazing accent, I have to say, Bakshima. It's just I love it. So can you tell us where you're from? Because I don't remember.
Okay, this is a bit of a strange one. So I'm from Australia, but I've had a lot of people tell me that accent's like a bit like got a bit of like Southern English as well. So
it's definitely got that British accent, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where like my family heritage is from, and yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know. The accent is just kind of nice to listen to. Definitely. I don't know. I'm always a sucker for the British accent. Anyways, now that we've covered our bases, introduction wise, we should jump right into the past events of this week. We had another Marble Rally race 3. To continue with season 5 here. We are 1/4 of the way through the season. There are 12 races this year. They used to do 8, but they went back up to 12. So there is that. And so with that, I think the best way to start off, we will obviously integrate in discussion on every aspect of the race, but we want to start off discussing fantasy teams. We do want to update you on how that's doing, and so it kind of just gives you a good understanding of where marbles are at as well. So, Waf, you want to go first? Tell us the points haul for your team this past week.
Oh, well, first of all, I realized, like, on last week's episode, towards the end, I forgot that I had Super Ball on my list, and so I was like, why did I not pick Super Ball? I was like, you did pick Super Ball, you idiot. What are you talking about? Like, I realized it, like 2 days later when I'm, like, at work. It's like, wait a minute. What? But just to clarify, I figured it out fairly quickly. But this was my worst haul so far. I only got 25 points, which is the lowest I've gotten. Yeah, red number 3. Super Bowl still actually has the highest total even with its 2 times multiplier of like 70. Like, Nemo is just continuing to perform as Nemo has always done. I only picked Nemo because I really like Nemo and I want Nemo to do good, but I understood that like that was a massive gamble that was most likely not going to pay off. The number 3 obviously has not been doing very good, so didn't get anything there.
No, yeah.
Slimer I don't remember Slimer doing very good either. And El Capitan, I think he did okay.
El Capitan has been okay this year. I think that he's going to do better over the course of I do think he's going to do better over the course of this year. But we're going to have to wait and we're going to have to see. Points haul for me, 52 on the race, my lowest so far. So 78 race 1, 75 race 2, 52 race 3. I have 205 points total. I've dropped back to 30th overall.
I'm in 109th.
Ooh, wow, you are struggling back there, buddy.
Yeah.
Good thing NASCAR's going well for you. Anyways, Super Bowl continues to be my top points leader. Its overall scores no multiplier. If we take the multiplier away, his overall score from the past 2 races is 35. Crazy Cat's Eye 31. El Capitan has been better than Red Number 3 and Comet, as I expected. El Capitan has been consistent racer the past few years. Sits in 10th overall with a 5, 5, and an 8. Honestly, I'm not complaining. Because El Capitan is yet to have a DNF. And not having a DNF 3 races, 1/4 of the way through San Marble Rally, is actually quite an impressive thing to do. It's really narrowed down. You have Comet, you have Red Number 3, you have Black Knight, you have El Capitan, you have Duct Tape, Pollo Loco, Quicksilver, and then the top 3 currently, Cool Moody, Super Bowl, and Ghost Plasma. Those are the only marbles. That's about half of the marbles who have yet to DNF. I'm surprised Red Number 3 hasn't. I'm surprised Comet hasn't. But it's good to see that actually all, besides Crazy Cat's Eye, unfortunately, the rest of my fantasy team has yet to DNF yet, and I will take it. And El Capitan with a points haul of 18, that's about half, a little bit under half a Super Bowl's. It's not bad, considering that Super Bowl is probably the best San Marble, actually, objectively, right now, the best San Marble Rally racer. I know Cool Moody's in first, but Super Bowl's past years, and his second place currently, I think he's the best racer overall in the San Marble Rally this year. So, eyes on him, eyes on Crazy Cat's Eye. The points have been going downhill for me, but I'm hoping that Super Bowl and Crazy Cat's Eye and El Capitan put things together here in race 4. And I have to be honest with you, we're going to talk to Backshuma in a second about his favorites to win this year. But I do want to say this one thing. I want to say this. I think that after race 4, which is tomorrow, that is it for Red Number 3, in my opinion. If he does not perform well tomorrow, if he DNFs, if he places under 8th, all right, if he has any lackluster performance tomorrow, then I think we can officially, at least in my opinion, call Red Number 3 not a front runner this year. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. Because that would be 1/4 through the season, 1/3 of the way through the season, and we have yet to see Red Number 3 at all produce any performance worthy of mentioning.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens tomorrow. We are.
I don't think we're going to see anything coming from number 3. I think Super Bowl is going to be I think Super Bowl has got like a really good chance this year. I think Super Bowl's got it in the bag almost.
Yeah. I think Cool Moody's still up there. Ghost Plasma is still
that's true.
Slouch.
It is still young,
but as far as Red Number 3 goes, it's it. Tomorrow, he needs to, in my opinion, if he doesn't top 5, then I'm not looking at him anymore. All right? Anyway, to Backshuma now, we're going to ask him a bunch of questions. We'll have to throw them all at him and see what sticks. Backshuma, I want a few things from you, San Marble Rally-wise here. I want you to first start off with telling talking about your surprises over the course of these 20 racers? Which marbles are definitely underperforming in your eyes, and which marbles are like, wow, I didn't think they would do that well? And then after that, I was wondering if you could, we are 1/4 of the way through the season, but it's still pretty early. So I'm wondering if maybe, because you don't have a fantasy team officially, if you could pick 5 marbles right now that you think would give you the best points haul over the rest of the season, who would they be? So favorites, not favorites, surprises over the first 3 races as far as performance, and then 5 you would pick for the rest of the season. Let's hear what you have to say on that.
Okay, for the surprises, I think everyone would be saying that Cool Moody is a massive surprise, of course.
Absolutely.
That's something that you definitely can't disagree with. Another bit of a surprise that I think not as well would be, of course, red number 3, as well as Comet was expected to do a bit better this year, sort of, but sitting down there in 16th at the moment, Comet.
Yeah, and it's funny to me, if I could cut in for a second, it's funny to me that Comet is the one who brought the fame to JMR, that brought 500,000 followers at that one day when they trended on Twitter. And Comet he's not that great. Cool Moody, by the way, Comet, by the way, scored 10th last year, not terrible. Cool Moody, 8th last year, not bad. And actually going to quickly check 2018 because I want to just get a good kind of... I didn't think I'd be checking Cool Moody. Honestly, this is a surprise to me as well. Cool Moody, you're looking at in 2018. I don't think he... where was he? I don't even think he raced in 2018.
No, Cool Moody came in 2019.
Yeah, he didn't even... Yeah, so he... Well, I mean... Well, then I don't know. I mean, I guess in some way he's surprising, but he did get 8th in his first time ever out there. So maybe you could say we just haven't seen enough of him, and I think we should maybe reserve our judgment for a moment because he, if it's only 1 year in for him, I think he could have a chance to show that he is there to race. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think Cool Moody was totally underrated last year with 8th, but sort of people thought that he did a lot worse than that.
Yeah, you didn't really notice him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really come to the forefront ever. I always found the name Cool Moody a little weird, like a little bit over the top. Like Marbly McMarbleface is another name that I'm like, okay, that's just too much for me. So I never really paid attention to him. I was like, whatever. But hey, you know what? I mean, he might be a racer to be on the lookout for. If you were to pick a winner this year, who is it? Who's going to win Sand Marble Rally 2020?
This is a tough one. At the moment, Cool Moody's got a 6-point lead, so it's that's a decent enough lead, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Crazy Cat's Eye or Dragon's Egg becomes another double champion, I think, or Crazy Cat's Eye gets their first championship, because they're tied 4th, only 10 points behind Cool Moody at the moment. And then there's Super Bowl and Ghost Plasma, which are in 2nd and 3rd place, who are both on 35 points, who are still close enough. I think all the way down to 10th are still quite a chance to win the championship. Others can possibly do it, but they would need a very good, a pretty much a miracle to get there compared to...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily say it's a miracle now, because there is still a lot of racing left, that it's not,
that's true,
impossible for anybody to win it. It's still technically possible for Nemo to win it, if they really made a comeback.
Yeah.
But, I do get what you're saying, because normally...
I think it's wishful thinking with Nemo. I think he's just too new to he's too novice to the world of Sand Marble
Nemo's been
Rally.
here almost since the beginning.
Really?
Yeah,
Have I not noticed the guy?
Look, click on Nemo real quick, and you'll see that they've been here, I think, at least since 2017, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, well, I'll take back what I said. I just never noticed him.
Yeah, Nemo is not a well-known marble at all. Or at least not relatively.
Now how many times did he... So, yeah, he was in every time. Well, no, he didn't. He wasn't in 2019. He did. That's why I didn't notice him
Showdown,
probably
I
because
think.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't closely follow stats as far as racers go until 2019. That's when I started to really develop an understanding for all the different players in San Manuel Rally.
Mhm.
Before I was kind of just watch it haphazardly. So yeah, like yeah, definitely at this point. Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed Nemo because it wasn't there 2019. But yeah, it's good.
I do get your saying about Shuma. Like there is generally when a trend starts forming in these standings, it normally follows that trend mostly to the end. So like those back marble, so it does like even though it is still early on, you're right that it does still like it is pretty much set in stone that the top half is the only ones who have a chance of winning, and so like it. So it would, I guess I do get the whole point of like it being a miracle because it is still like super unlikely that the back marbles can break this trend. But I mean, I think we've seen crazier things happen before.
No, you know what? And I disagree with that actually, Mr. Waff. I'm going to come right at you with a disagree. Nice.
Okay.
Because I think that every marble from Blazing Fireball in 20th place right now to Cool Moody in first has ample opportunity to make the moves at the right times because in 12 races every marble from 1 to 20 in 12 races on average will DNF 2 to 3 times. That is a fact. That is for other. You can look at the stats on the past 2 tournaments that have 12 races and the past 2 that have an 8 because an average of 8 is about 1 to 2. And it is an objective fact that every marble on the board right now will DNF at least 2 to 3 times over the course of the 12 races. And you know what that tells me? That tells me that on those races that the good players DNF because they will. That's the time. If you're in the back, you certainly have a chance because there's going to be a time when Cool Moody's not even racing because he's out in the first jump or whatever. Or first turn, he's already on the side of the course. Same with Super Bowl Ghost Plasma Dragon Egg Crazy Cat's Eye to throw out the top 5. So Cobra, Nemo, Slimer, they all have a chance if they take advantage of the DNFs that happened.
Okay, all right.
They will happen. They will happen. To tell me that every marble it will DNF once. There's like one or two that will come through unscathed. So there is opportunity. It is not now are there marbles that are just not as good? Yes, Nemo is pretty bad, low key, okay? But
can't deny it. Blazing Fireball is pretty garbage too.
Yeah, for Blazing Fireball's bad, Cobra's not the best, Slimer's up and down. I mean, yes, but they have a chance. They definitely have a chance.
Fair enough.
And they could make that move there. And to speak with that, any marble in top 10 right now, especially only 1/4 of the way through the competition, any marble in top 10 can be a winning marble. El Capitan has just as much of a chance as of right now as Cool Moody. It's just the way it is. We're early. When we get to race 10 or race 9, when we get to race 9, I'm going to say it's going to kind of shorten up to the top 6.
Yeah.
But for right now, any marble, especially in the top 10, has as much chance as any other to take a victory and bring this one home. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cool Moody is not in first 4 races from now. I would. But in any event, that's my thoughts on that. Bakshima, let's jump to the other question I had for you. 5 marbles, pick them. If you had to make a fantasy right now, because you weren't able to make one at the beginning, what 5 marbles would you pick right now? And if you just name the top 5, that's foolish and don't do that because that wouldn't be fun. But anyway, go ahead. Name your top 5.
Okay, so if I was to pick like 5 marbles for a fantasy team, I would probably go 3 marbles from that current top 5 of Super Bowl, Ghost Plasma, and Crazy Cat's Eye. Mm-hmm. And I think I'll also go 2 marbles that are a bit further down. I would go El Capitan and Lollipop, which is 10th and 11th right now. I think Lollipop could still do well, have a few good races. I think in one of the earlier races.
She came out strong. She came out with 12 points. That is a 4th place finish in the first race. The first race is, I think, where you really see what marbles are going to be able to make comebacks. And Lollipop with a 12th place finish in the first race, she suffered a DNF, but it happens. I think that she has every opportunity to at least make her way up into the top 5 or top 7 over the course of the next few races. So I like that. I like that pick.
Lollipop has been here since 2017, right?
I don't know. I'll take a look.
I can't remember what the record is. Like,
yeah,
I think
she's been here.
They're decent.
She failed to qualify in 2019, so that's why I forget about her. Mediocre season 2018. 10th overall in 2017, so not bad.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road, but I mean, coming out, she's experienced. That's what it shows, and coming out 12 points, so that's 4th place in the first race. Well, that shows that she knows what she's doing. So I would say that is a valid pick.
I think every marble here has at least 3 years of experience.
Yeah. No, Super Bowl does not. Super Bowl came in 2018.
You're right.
And he got third twice, and now he's here. So, I like your picks. I know you're a Ghost Plasma fan, so that pick is sensible. Honestly, I think Dragon's Egg is a more consistent racer than Ghost Plasma. I do. Mm-hmm. But I think your picks are still valid. I wish I had picked Dragon's Egg instead of Comet. It was a bad pick on my part. But can't turn back time now. But and I think El Capitan's a smart pick, and of course Super Bowl and Crazy Cat's Eye, they're my multipliers. So Bakshuma, a good stratification right there. And honestly, maybe you should just write those down and keep the numbers on them and see how they do, because that's a good 5 team right there. That's a good 5 team. And I think it's smart to leave out Cool Moody here, and the only reason I say that is because he's only been racing 1 year, so we don't know what kind of racer he is. We don't know what's going to happen with Cool Moody this year. He could be first the whole time. He's only raced for 1 year.
What?
I thought he competed in 2019. That's it.
Huh. I didn't know
he
they
finished
were
8th overall 2018. So he's new. We don't know anything about him. We don't know where he's going to go. He was mediocre last year. So I'd say we just have to wait and see. I don't know. We will have to. I don't know. I feel like Cool Moody's not going to hold first. I can't see Super Bowl, Ghost Plasma, Dragon's Egg, Crazy Cat's Eye. Those are veteran racers right there. That's 4 veteran racers in the top 5. You think Cool Moody is going to be able to hold out against all those 4 for the next, I don't know, God knows how long, 4 races? No, I don't think so. But we will see. Anyway, on to the second aspect of talking Sand Marble Rally for the week, track design. We got a new track this week. And Waf, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, or Bakshuma, if you guys want to go first, but I want to hear what you think about this week's track. As it's doing, I will put it up on the YouTube. If you're watching the YouTube, you can get another glimpse of the track while they talk.
So this track is definitely better than the first one. I like Greg mentioned, like how the rain made it
you could see the rain, yeah.
It made it strong. It made it both had more integrity. It was so it held together better and it didn't fall apart. So marbles weren't DNFing as much, but because of how wet it was, it also stuck to the marbles more, and that causes a lot more drag and air resistance. And so
marbles were slow late in the race.
Yeah, especially at the ending there with Ghost Plasma, like that would they got so lucky. They got so lucky though. They managed to they could have lost so many more places than that, but they only lost 1.
I will say at the beginning of the race, though, sorry to cut in, I just want to mention it while I saw it. Beginning of the race, there is not any sign of like really strict barriers on the sides at the beginning. It started to pick up about 20 seconds in, but for a while there, there were not that many clear barriers on the sides. It was very low, almost like a gully instead of like an actual walls on either sides. And that was weird to look at. For like a second when I was watching, you almost couldn't even tell that it was a track. You really couldn't. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, but I guess the other thing that was like they threw pretty much everything, almost everything they had at this one. Like they threw the spinning gate back in, which I don't know how. Like I think, and then the collection area, which I think was the biggest change up. But like marbles could really get slowed down there. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Collection area, you mean that wooden square?
Yeah, I can't. They've used it before, but it's been a long time. Like that's a brilliant obstacle and allows for so much more position changing than it normally is able to happen in Marble Rally. So that's pretty cool. You have the classic chevrons, of course, and then they had like multiple sections. I think 2 or 3 where they split into 2 different lanes. So like this is the most it was much more varied than the track from races 1 and 2. It was much more fun to watch. and definitely much more unique.
Yeah, I agree. Backshooter, thoughts on the track, and then I'll give some more.
Okay, this would be a bit biased coming from a Ghost Plasma fan, but I think that the ending was, like, a lot of the track actually was really slow. And to see that so the race only went for 2 minutes, which is shorter than lots of other races we've had, but it seemed really slow compared to the other Marble Rally races we've had this season and past seasons, up at the ending part. Like, not just the final straight, but, like, near the ending where they had some of the extra obstacles as well. It seemed a lot slower around lots of the turns as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at the end here where Ghost Plasma stopped, and I will say this. Even if he hadn't stopped, he still would have had third place, because Quicksilver was much faster through that last couple of feet, and I actually try to slow it down here on the YouTube so you guys can take a look. Playback speed will put it down to 0.5. You can see here, look at this. You can see here, Quicksilver was fast. And Ghost Plasma did stop right after Quicksilver passed him, but Quicksilver was faster. And so, I mean, yes, you make a good argument, and you're right. The track was a little slow in places. I think the rain affected that. Yeah. And I think in general, to prevent future problems, they should really be careful about making sure the end line is as steep as possible, because you don't want a situation where right at the end of the track, Ghost Plasma stops, and then all of a sudden he hits a stroke of bad luck, and all of a sudden he's 7th place from 3rd. Yeah. But at least in this situation, I think Ghost Plasma fans should rest easy, because he was getting 3rd anyway.
Yeah, he was definitely getting 3rd anyway. I think Quicksilver would have made an overtake at the line anyway. But
some good sportsmanship from Cool Moody.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, the nudge him along. Yeah.
I think that could have been a lot worse for Ghost Plasma. That could have gone, if it wasn't for that nudge from Cool Moody, that could have ended up in like 6th or 7th place.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bit of luck at the end there.
Like, you could see from all the marbles were slow towards the end there. Like the build up of the sand just finally gets to them. Like these wetter races, they you always at the end of the gate you see there's so much sand on them. Like after racing for so long, they just that's just how it ends up happening. Like they have so much drag. It's really hard to keep their momentum going.
Yeah. And if you look at the ending shots here, there's a clear bit of sand just on these marbles. Just, man, some of them are just completely covered. Like the darker marbles, you can see how much sand is actually on them. It is man, it's rough out there, especially when it's wet, and that's going to slow marbles down. And especially with all that extra weight, I'm sure it's tough to roll. So Ghost Plasma just suffered there a little bit. Good thing he stayed out in front and got 3rd, though. I will talk about the track here a little bit. I will say this. I like the track design this time more than the track design in the first 2 races. Do I like the track design in this race? 6 out of 10. That's what I give it. But do I like it more than the first race, which was about a 5 out of 10? Yes, I do. There were 3 different instances where the track split, which was nice, and there was a couple instances when the track split, which was actually a good 5 seconds of split track. That's what I like. Now, I wish they could split it into maybe like 3 lanes for like 20 seconds. I think that would really make the split track sections more meaningful, because right now, if you just split for 5 seconds and come back, it's not going to change that much. It's splitting for a long time, where there's a long stretch that marbles aren't dealing with other competitors and only dealing with certain ones or things like that. That's where the switches are going to start to be meaningful. So I think they should really divide that track into 2 lanes, 3 lanes for a good 20 to 30 seconds at a go instead of many little ones. That's what I think about. Will they do that? I don't know. But I think that would be better.
Have they ever done 3 lanes before? I know they've done the crisscrossing. I don't think they've ever done 3.
Never done 3 lanes. I don't know if they will. Maybe it will be hard. I don't know. But I want to see the lanes I want to see wide lanes that exist for a long time, so we can really let races develop in their own lanes. That, in my opinion, would be great. I don't know why they don't do that. I like the chevrons. Go ahead, Wuff, and then I'll finish up.
I was saying I don't know if they used to do wider tracks in this or wider ditches, but I remember I think the steeplechase had wider tracks. I think something something I really liked from that I really like currently from the Racing Marbles League is in their tracks they have this recently these races have these this really wide section of 4 lanes that allows the marbles to really get wide and try and pass each other. I think that would having a really wide section for the for Marble Rally would be good too. I think that they have wider sections definitely, but maybe make it maybe half an inch or maybe a whole inch added to one section for a little bit, just to really, give them a wide berth. I think that could get something interesting. And naturally, of course, it won't really change much if the marbles aren't close enough to each other to actually do any passing in the first place, which is a fair thing. But assuming that they are able to keep together, which they were able to do pretty well, at least for the front, I think the 3/4 of the pack in this race, then those wider sections could be places where a lot of switching can happen.
No, yeah, agreed. I think you worded it well, and I hope we see those features in the future. Bakshuma, back to you. I want to hear any features, any unseen features that you want to see in future Sand Marble Rally courses.
Well, they've used a lot of obstacles before in previous years that haven't been used this year, but this last course had quite a lot of obstacles actually as well. I think there's some obstacles that could be used. It's some extra obstacles. So we've had splits and signs and chevrons and stuff like that. But I think some more actual hairpin turns, not as much of an obstacle, but more sharp turns could make the race a lot different and slow down the race without making it so slow that it comes down to a crawl.
Yeah, I agree. The difficulty, of course, is Sand Marble Rally. It's on the hill, instead of in Marbula 1, where you can kind of make those hairpins and turn in every direction. Sand Marble Rally is kind of downhill in one area. So, of course, there's some limitations, but I think some more work on the turns, maybe even getting some Marbula 1 track in there for a little bit. I mean, it is Marble Rally. There is no rules. There are none that say that you have to have sand there the whole time. And honestly, if you get some Marble Rally track out there where the marbles drop out of the sand onto track and you could use little poles to keep the track up, get a hairpin going, get some backwards movement, and all of a sudden empty out into the sand again, then I think that would keep it interesting. That would make the track memorable. Because I got to be honest, this track was better than the first race. It was better than the second race. They were the same one. But I'm not remembering this track by the time we get to Sand Marble Rally next year. I'm not going to be remember the race 3 track? No. But if they add some other track types in there for a moment, even for 5 seconds, then I'm going to remember that type of track, that I'm going to remember that race even into next year. That's going to be a memorable moment. Wuff.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with that. We've seen them, just in this race, they had that wooden block or stone block, whatever, for the collection area, and then in past races, they've had the wooden bridge with a hole in it. They've shown that they're okay with using. But those are brief moments, but that does still show that they're okay with having non-sand stuff there. And I think it would be cool to have to mix up the track, because again, they changed the name from Sand Marble Rally to Marble Rally for a reason, right? Sure, I could have sworn that the point of that was they were going to do stuff that's not.
That's
just
what we
sand.
thought. That's what we thought. When the name change
memorable?
happened, we were sure that there was going to be some sort of change in the terrain at some point. And we're all, like I said, we're a third of the way through.
Right.
Well, after tomorrow's race. So it may come.
Well, the thing is,
but there certainly hasn't been any hint toward it. That's
the other
what
thing
I have
is,
to say.
it was called Marble Rally last year too.
Was it now?
Yeah, the name changes happened for the 2019 season. And so it's just so they didn't do it then, but I kind of gave leeway. It's okay, well, this is the first year. Maybe they made the decision after recording.
Well,
some of
always
it.
given leeway, you know.
It's important. It is important to, at least for my opinion, in my opinion, it's important to always give the benefit of the doubt to people, because you never know the full story.
That's true.
We're just outsiders, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
important.
nice to give the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, especially with the amount of work that goes into San Mobile Rally. Do not get me wrong.
I guess we can ask
It is
Mel if we ever...
incredible that this exists. I said this last week, too, when I was complaining a little bit. It is incredible that this even exists. All I'm saying is we are 5 years into San Marble Rally, or Marble Rally now. 5 years now. I think there's time for a little bit of a revolution. I mean, they made Marbula 1.
Mm-hmm.
They're all about revolutions in marble sports.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit of an improvement upon Marble Rally. Like I said, again, incredible that this even exists, but all I'm saying is 5 years in, maybe some sort of improvement. Bakshuma, any thoughts on that, or do you want to head off to the trivia?
I've got a few thoughts on that. I think this year,
Nice.
I don't know how possible it would have been due to the current situation in the world right now. I think
That's understandable, yeah.
this the Sandhills, I think that he's been filming at near where he lives and around his area so he can still film there, but I think the Netherlands have some restrictions on like where you can like how far from your home you can be without like a permit or something to do for like essential travel. So I think maybe I thought last year that we would get different services, but I think this year there's a couple of reasons why that can't happen.
Fair enough.
That is a very fair point. I think that if we don't see it this year, you're right. There are ample excuses, valid excuses why not. But I will stand by what I'm saying. We are 5 years in. A little bit something extra memorable would not hurt at all. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I think we should head to the trivia. Dude, we're at 40 minutes in. Nice. But we should head to the trivia. When we come back to the trivia, we might touch on this for another second, but we're going to get into NASMARB. I might throw in some thoughts on the Racing Marble League. But with that being said, cue the trivia music, whatever it sounds like. I don't know, but Kaysen does because he's our editor, so he's going to throw it in there, and we'll see you guys at the trivia.
Now it's time for the trivia segment. Come on now, let's go. Go.
All right, and we are at the trivia. What a transition. For me, it was half a second. For you guys, it was a whole rendition of Waf's beautiful voice. Thank you, Waf, for preparing that trivia segment music for us. It's always a pleasure. And we are in the trivia. So, Waf, if your thought from before was quick, you can start us off with that, and then you can ask your question. And then we'll
I was just going to say that, like, if Mel ever comes back on the show, we could ask him, like, what the name change is for. But
yeah, of course. We will.
So,
if we have the opportunity, we will ask him about this. But you can ask your trivia then.
Like, so I don't know what happened, but my phone is like won't turn on, so I can't access the trivia question on my phone. So I'm a bit delayed here.
All right, Bakshuma, what about you?
What just happened?
Okay, so my question is about the Marble Rally, the current season of the Marble Rally. So my question here, I'll just get up on my phone, is what marble, it's a bit of an easier one, what marble is the lowest ranked in the current standings that has received a medal in this season?
Oh, that's a good question. I will be good, and I will not switch over to the stats of the 2020. So the lowest ranked marble currently that has received a medal, I'm trying to remember. That's a good question. Was it? I actually don't know. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I remember is that Quicksilver got second in the past race, and that's not like he's not usually the best racer. So I'll go Quicksilver for this one. Waf, what about you?
Quicksilver's a good Quicksilver's a good choice. Like, I can't deny.
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, if you want to just go with that, that's fine.
Yeah, I can't. I have any other better guesses.
All right, well, Quicksilver it is. Bakshuma, what do we got?
I believe the correct answer to this question is Marbly McMarbleface.
Really? Well, let's take a look at that.
A bronze
Marbly
medal.
McMarbleface is bronze medal in the first race, and he's
Yep.
14th
Oh, yeah.
overall. The next best answer would have been duct tape and then Quicksilver. So we were pretty far off. I just couldn't remember the podiums from the first couple of races, I guess. So, that was a good question. I think there was a little background noise for me for the last minute. So if that's in there, hopefully, I don't know if that will get cut out. But if it's not cut out, sorry about that. I'm not the only person in my home. Anyway, on to Waff's question. Go ahead.
All right, so I still have more of those Ghost Marble facts.
Here we go with this again. Bakshuma, I hope you're ready for this.
All right. Okay, so the next one on the list.
I'll go off the stats.
So,
remember, we know the facts from the last couple of weeks. They could help us. The last couple of weeks' facts, I think the first week was the Ghost Marble competed in 29 regular races and 8 showdown races.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good
that
memory,
was the first fact. Yeah, and then the second fact from the previous week, which is I don't remember this one, was how many points he would have had, and I think it was like an average of 6 or an average of 3 or something. I don't remember that particular fact. So keep those facts in mind. I know it was around 3 or something. Was it around? What was it?
Yeah, I guess for the sake of fairness, I'll remind you. So, they've only finished 13 races in Marble Rally and 3 in Showdown, and they have earned a total of 13 points in the Rally and 2 in Showdown. So those are the facts that have happened so far.
So finished 13 races, and 13 points and 2 in Showdown. So there, guys, is your Ghost Marble knowledge as thus far. And we continue the story in week 3 with whatever question we're going to get thrown at right now. Go ahead.
All right. So this next question is, what is the highest place the Ghost Marble has ever gotten? And if you want a little bonus points, I guess how many points that earned them. Although it should be obvious, I guess once you figure out what the points system is.
Okay, that is a good question.
Oh, you know what? Extra bonus. So how? Wait, hold on. Never mind. I'm sorry. Never mind. It would be. This is not a bonus. It'll be a nice little cherry on top to add afterwards. Never mind.
Okay. Thanks, Waff. I would say best way to view this one. Okay, we know that the Ghost Marble had only 2 points in all the showdown races that he was in. So obviously it's not going to be in that one because 2 points is not that many. So he's probably going to be in a regular race. 13 points total that he's ever earned across every regular race that Ghost Marble has run in. So likely his best points haul is going to be like a single-digit number lower than 8. I would probably say 4 or 5, but I think my best guess is 4. I'm going to go 5. No, I think 4. I think 4 is my best guess. Bakshima, what about you?
Well, it depends on place. I think it would have been in 2019. I think that would have been more likely the time. I'm just thinking that, but where the point system was different because we had only 16 competitors, I think. I think that we only had 16 then. But I'm going to go that the highest points were 5.
So the question was what place they would have gotten.
Oh, we thought we went for points. Oh, then that would be 4th. 4 points would be freaking 12th, I guess that would be. So I guess 12th for me and 11th for Bakshuma.
Yeah, 11th.
All right, so the correct answer is 11th, which earned them 5 Ghost points.
Nice. Good job, Bakshuma. What a guess.
That was race 3 of 2017. And in that race, they actually finished ahead of 10 marbles, only 2 of which were DNF'd. So that's how good they did that race.
So they had one really nice race. They won a really nice race. Good. That's a great question. And with the now that it's kind of like a trend, the Ghost Marble story will continue next week, hopefully. For a while.
Yeah, there's still I think 4 more I have.
Dude, no. Now at this point, it has to be all 12 races. You got to have a Ghost Marble fact. So you need to come up with that. You figure it out. Yeah, Waff's oh no, but hey, figure it out, buddy.
I'll try my best.
At least get 8. How about this? At least get 8 questions, and then if you feel in the
I might have to come up with these ones. I've been more graciously provided on the Reddit. So But so I might come up with my own for these the last 4 or whatever. I don't know.
Which would be exciting.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
we're on race 3, so I just need to make 5 more. So I have 4 more. So I need to come up with one of my own at least.
Anyways, here we go to my trivia for the week submitted by Akanon. He submitted an M&H Summer Games trivia first, and I said no because you know what? I don't watch M&H, and that is a fact. I don't think
I couldn't answer
watch M&H. Bakshuma, do you watch M&H?
Not really. I've watched it a couple times, but
and no matter what is said about M&H, as of right now, and as of the videos and thumbnails I've seen in the last few months, I think M&H is a lazy, uninspired channel that banks off the current trends in the world and on Twitter to put into his marble races. He's not the worst thing out there, but it's just kind of boring overall. So that's my thoughts on M&H. I'm not going to change my thoughts just because other people like it, but I will respect other people's opinion on that. So if you like it, if you find it interesting, that's fine. I mean, I find things interesting that people are like, how could you find that interesting? So I totally get it, but I will give my opinions on it. And with that being said, he also submitted an SMR question, and here is the question: what marble this SMR season is the only one to medal twice? I think I know this, but I'll let you guys guess first.
The marble that has medaled twice, I believe it's Ghost Plasma? No. What am I saying? It's Super Ball.
All right. Well, he's going with Super Ball. Wakshima, what about you?
I am almost 100% sure that Ghost Plasma's got 2 bronze medals, so...
That's what I was thinking. I knew it was like Ghost Plasma or Dragon's Egg with 2 bronzes.
Did I just shoot myself in the foot by not going with my foot?
Well, you're going Super Bowl. I was going to go Dragon's Egg or Ghost Plasma, but Bakshima's pretty confident.
All right, let's see what happens.
Plasma as well. It is 2. I knew it was 2 bronzes, though. The answer is Ghost Plasma, and it's right. It is with 2 bronzes. He's 3rd place overall. Super Bowl has 1 gold.
Dang it.
And not much else to talk about. So not bad, not great. So anyway, that is the trivia segment. So we're going to head back to the regular show and give you 10 minutes of NASMARB and get you out of here. So play the music, Mr. Kaysen.
That was the trivia segment. Now let's head back to the show. The show, oh!
All right, the music has played. We are back. And what are we doing? We're talking marbles. So... do you want to start us off and bring us in, just give us the whole story about NASMARB Race 4 this week? I did not watch it that much because my car, Quillo, did not qualify, and that kind of takes the excitement, the sum of the excitement out of watching the 30-minute video.
Yeah,
but
so
I will say it was definitely, we were talking last week how crazy and dangerous the track it was and how it was going to affect these cars. So why don't you start us off, and while you do, I'll show some footage here in the...
All right, well, it was definitely easily the most chaotic and dangerous track yet. Like, the most DNFs, several cars exploding left and right. It's ridiculous. And my car also didn't do well. They didn't make it past the first heat, so... I also felt the sadness of not having my main marble to root for. Fortunately, though, Pines Cones was being represented this race, so I had them to root for. They were racing for Streamer, and that final race was absolutely incredible. Like, it was even better than the last one because like just like last time, it ended up being a three all race for the for the victory. Like, it was tied up all the way. Because what made it even crazier though is so Mozilla won 3 races back to back in the finals, and okay, well, it's over now. But then it was not Streamer. It was who was the other racer besides Streamer and Mozilla? It was
Confetti, I think.
Confetti. Thank you, Bakshima. Yeah, so Confetti. They started making a comeback. They managed to get 3 races. Streamer had 1 at that point, and so now it's okay, it's a battle between Streamer and Confetti. Confetti and Mozilla. But then somehow Streamer, out of nowhere, also gets 2 more victories, ties it all up, and then at the very end, Streamer manages to win it all, despite which is just insane. Because they were in the very back of the pack, or I guess in terms of points, for the entire finals, and then they managed to win it all. And it's like, it was crazy. Like that managed to get me back into the race, thankfully, because like I'm like if without that, I don't know if I would have enjoyed the race as much. Like I really needed that pick me up.
Interesting. And I will say this: I've just been hopping through the footage here on the channel. Oh, we have our little advertising that got to it.
The timing.
It got hopping through the footage, and I will say this: I did not, in hopping through the footage here, for the people who are watching on the YouTube, the podcast, I have not seen one race yet where at least one car didn't either flip itself over, flip off the track, or turn itself around by the end of the track. And most of the time, actually many of the races, you had some crazy acrobatic flips, and luckily the way the track is angled, the cars would flip over like 3 different times and then end back up on the track and finish, or at least be upside down on the track. But this track was crazy, and here's what I'm going to say about this track. Because, I mean, you can talk about the performances of the cars a little bit, and I think that there are some clear better performers. Like Streamer has been really good of late, and Mozilla, you saw him in the end of this race, and you saw him in the end of race 1. So, I mean, you do have clear good performers, and you can discuss that. But remember, this is the first season, so we don't really know much history on these racers yet, so we can't make many judgments. But
aside
I can
from
make judgments.
The M Games competitors,
I guess they slipped in here, but I can make judgments on the track, and I'm going to say this: this is the limit, in my opinion, about how crazy the track can get without making this boring.
Yeah.
If it gets more crazy than this, if there are more cars falling off the track, turning around, not finishing, than this video right here, then it's going to pass over that line and become really boring to watch. Because right now, this was exciting to watch because it was happening, but there was still enough finishing that I was like, okay, it's just crazy. But man, if it's too crazy, then it's just going to get boring, because then it's going to be a lot of reruns, a lot of cars not finishing, a lot of cars crawling to the finish line, and it just will not be that exciting. So I think the track should be tamed down after this one, especially after this one, for at least a race. But should not get more crazy than this. And there should be a couple more tame ones that really focus on the cars and raw skill and speed instead of their acrobatic abilities. So, I mean, I love the track. I loved this week. If you want to take a look at stats on the day, you had are these the overalls, or are these the
that's the overalls. There's the race.
Okay, these are overalls. So we had so Streamer came across with the win. So again, another good performance from him. Mozilla, again, another good performance. Prime has been suffering of late, back in 8th. We saw him do well earlier. Spitzer, he's a good racer. Yeah. He's not doing well in this particular one.
Oak did well again, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, Oak has been up and down. I think we have to wait and see. So, I mean, a lot of back and forth. Definitely still a couple of cars up there at the top, and the overall standings you can take a look at. Apparently, Drizel and Streamer are now a lock for playoffs. Quillo, unfortunately for me, has dropped down for 9th, which is not good. And Prime's a lock for playoffs as well. So I'm not happy about that, but a lot of room left to race. So any more niche comments that you are Backshumer would like to make on the races, please say them now.
I was going to say bring my face cam up first of all, but the other thing is I do at first so the voting for the playoff tracks came out after this race, because these 4 tracks are the ones that are being chosen from, because there's only 4 tracks, and initially I voted for the 4th track because I thought, oh, this is gonna be so crazy and allow for a lot of fun racing. But then I remember my favorite races from other channels like 3D Bot Maker were not the ones where the cars were crashing a lot, but when they were really close neck and neck racing. And track 4 does not allow for that, because oftentimes the cars will just go flying off the track. So I actually changed my vote for vote tracks 1 and I believe 2. 2 is very simple, but
I like 3. I do like 3. 3, in my opinion, was a perfect balance of allowing cars to race, but also adding that.
I think it was it 1 and 3?
Aspect.
I can't remember which one I said. I think I said 1 and 3 were my final vote. It was either 1 or 2 or 1 or 3. But those are the ones that had the most uniqueness in terms of design, but also allowed for more close racing. So while I appreciate the chaoticness of this race, it's not less of a like who's gonna beat who and like who's gonna survive. It's more like who's gonna survive.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And I think a little bit of that is good. That's why I loved race 3. I did, because there was a lot of that. Is a car going to even finish? But it was more controlled, and a lot more cars actually finished from that. It was more sporadic, or not sparingly did cars actually fall off the track and not finish. And I think that's a better example of an extreme track that's not too extreme. This one to me is a little bit overkill. Like I said, it's a very least it's at the limit. And honestly, I like neck and neck racing. I think that's the most exciting part of racing. That's why 5-meter sprint in the Marble League will never leave, even though it's just a simple ramp. 5-meter sprint will never leave the Marble League, because neck and neck racing, no matter how simple, is exciting. And I think if Hershey takes advantage of that in the in the rest of the season or in a new season and gets a couple of more straight tracks, then you're going to start to see really enjoy that tension in the races. I mean, there's a bunch. These other 3 tracks were great in my opinion. Yeah. But just as long as he can balance the extreme part of he's even going to finish with the actual the focus on the neck and neck racing and speed and the raw skill from the cars, I think he's going to be fine. So that's my thought on the track overall.
Yeah. I mean, at least the name was fitting. It was both called the Misfortune 400 for the race, and the track was called the Mayhem Super Speedway. Like, those 2 names were just super fitting for this.
Yeah, a lot of misfortune, definitely. Bakshima, what are your thoughts on the track?
Yeah, I think the track's a bit too chaotic. I think it can sometimes get a bit boring, other than ASMAR races, because they're so chaotic, lots of cars crashing, which some people might think would be a good reason for you to watch it, but sometimes it just it's not got the whole neck and neck racing. It's just around the turn, and on the final straight you barely see any overtakes. I think we saw a couple in that last video, but yeah, not much overtaking. Sort of makes it a bit more boring, and the videos are really long, so you have to try and keep the audience watching.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, honestly, the length of the videos bothers me. I think that he should reduce or reformat it so that the videos are 20 minutes. I think he could do that, because he kind of drags on the best out of 3s, best out of 5s, and all that. And then I don't know why he does that. I'm not knocking the thing. I think this is incredible, just like I think Sand Marble Rally is incredible. The fact that it even exists is incredible. The execution is incredible. But if we want to get picky, and I will get picky here, especially towards the end of a podcast episode, I will say it should be reformatted to be 20 minutes on the event. I will say, like for Sand Marble Rally, that there should be more flavor in the tracks. These are changes. These are constructive criticisms, and it's good to put these out there. Mm-hmm. They're not criticisms that I don't say these like, oh, I hate this and it should do this. No, I'm saying I love this. I love that this exists. I love watching this when my car is not just when my car is qualified. But I see these potential changes that would increase entertainment value and just overall appeal. And I'm going to say them because, maybe they'll hear them and apply them, and maybe other people hear them and agree or disagree. And just getting people talking, getting people thinking. That's how we're going to make marble sports more effective and just overall a better experience when we get these ideas out there. So in any event, that is my thoughts on that. So if we are reached an hour and 2 here on the time thing, so I think we're gonna wrap up for today. Bakshuma, thank you for coming on. You were very good guests, very insightful comments, marble sports wise. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, it's great to have you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Any last words for the audience out there?
Not really.
Yeah, putting you on the spot there because it's not easy, you know. But yeah, again, thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Definitely, we'll have to get you back on sometime in the future. Maybe in during the Marbula 2, Marbula 1 season 2 season thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we'll have to take us out for the night.
All right. Roll on, Marble sports fans.